This week in recruiting news in and around the tri-state area. In Indiana, we learn who's trending as the #1 lineman prospect in the state. A Swiss Army knife of an athlete in Ohio just got an ACC offer. And a flurry of activity is happening in the Wolverine state, including the fact that Grand Valley State football just got beefier. That and a ton more news as the State Champs Scout Show starts now. I'm Jenna Rose, and welcome back to the program dedicated to the ever-evolving world of Midwest recruiting. The State Champs Scout Show is dedicated to the tri-state area of the Great Lakes State and is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Scholarships are available, and you can recruit yourself. Visit LTUathletics.com. Ryan Van Dyke is back as he wraps 2020 with critical advice for all student athletes, and he takes a look forward. Lots to get to, so let's get to it. We begin this week in Ohio.
This is Alan True with the latest in recruiting news from around the state of Ohio. Cincinnati Coleraine junior cornerback Ken Willis has received offers from Toledo and Miami, Ohio. The Rockets and Redhawks joined MacFo Akron on his list. The Zips offered him earlier in the fall. Willis is a 5'11", 160-pound prospect who also has a 3.6 GPA in the classroom. On film, he shows excellent ball skills, but also the willingness to be physical as a tackler. Cincinnati, Pitt, Coastal Carolina, and more schools have also shown interest. Kenston tight end Ryan Miller was offered a scholarship by the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech. A 6'6", 215-pound matchup problem for opponents, Miller has been an impact varsity player since his freshman season. Only a junior, he has the pass-catching skills of a receiver, which is what he has played in high school, but his size and athleticism makes him a good candidate to go to tight end in college. 10 other schools have offered scholarships, including Boston College, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Kansas. Brecksville Broadview Heights linebacker Matt Rose has added an offer from Eastern Michigan. Rose was an honorable mention all-conference selection in the fall. The 6'2", 195-pound prospect has several other offers, including Iowa State, where his brother Michael is a starting linebacker. An aggressive attacker with great instincts, Rose finished with 72 tackles, 50 of those solo, 8 for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and a safety as a junior. Springfield offensive tackle Rod Green has committed to Grambling State. In him, the Tigers get a very physical 6'5", 305-pound road grader who finished with a strong senior season. He chose Grambling over Arkansas Pine Bluff, Eastern Kentucky, Missouri State, Morehead State, and more. He said the bond with the coaches and the players was part of his decision, but so were the academics. Green is a 3.23 student in the classroom. That's it for recruiting news this week. I'm Alan True.
If you're a high school athlete with the dream of playing college sports, Lawrence Technological University wants you to recruit yourself. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports, including its newest additions, competitive cheer and dance, e-sports, women's hockey, and men's and women's track and field. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare. I'm Lauren Plant with the latest recruiting news from Michigan. January has brought the beef for Grand Valley. The Lakers added 850 pounds of muscle to the trenches. The latest is Canton offensive guard and defensive tackle Joshua Martin, who committed to GVSU last week. The 6'4", 270-pound road grader has nimble feet bred from a background in both soccer and lacrosse and was a perfect fit in the Chiefs' smash-mouth T offense, helping Canton to an 8-1 record, a KLAA West title, and a spot in the district finals. The All-Region and Honorable Mention All-Stater had offers from Dayton, Duquesne, Valparaiso, Gardner-Webb, and Eastern Illinois, as well as much of the GLIAC, and preferred walk-on offers from Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan, and Kent State. He'll be joined on the Grand Valley offensive line by fellow commits Grant Porter of Howell and Barack Henderson of Grand Rapids Catholic Central, who both committed just after the new year. A 6'4", 300-pound honorable mention All-State offensive guard and defensive end, Porter chose the Lakers over offers from Central Michigan, Wayne State, and Southwest Minnesota State. A 6'5", 280-pound offensive tackle who played at Hilton Head Prep in South Carolina as a junior, Henderson had offers from Saginaw Valley and Northwood as well. He's helped the Cougars to go 11-0 and earn a spot in the title game for the fourth time in 5 seasons. Northwood got an infusion of talent in its recruiting class on Monday as Grand Blanc's Ty Brodebeck, Wyandotte Roosevelt's Jalen Pitchford, DeWitt's Luke Bresser, and St. John's Brock Miller all committed to the Timberwolves. A 6', 180-pound quarterback, Brodebeck threw for 1,676 yards with 17 touchdowns in 9 games as a senior, leading the Bobcats to a 7-2 record. He will become the 6th Grand Blanc quarterback since 2006 to earn a spot on a college roster. A two-way player for the Bears, the speedy 6', 195-pound Pitchford threw for 825 yards and 10 touchdowns as a senior, adding 333 rushing yards and 5 TDs, along with 3 more scores on defense. He's ranked a 3-star prospect by 24/7 Sports and a top 50 player in Michigan's class of 2020, choosing Northwood over 15 other offers. An all-region running back for St. John's, Miller racked up more than 1,300 yards and 14 touchdowns on the ground as a junior. Bresser is a 6'2", 175-pound wideout who helped the high-flying DeWitt offense score more than 45 points per game en route to the title contest in Division III. One of the all-time best from Flint Kearsley, quarterback Braylon Silvas, committed to Saginaw Valley State for both football and track earlier this week. A 3-time first-team All-League honoree and All-Region as a senior, Silvas was again named the Flint area's Offensive Player of the Year and earned honorable mention All-State honors. Through 9 games, Silvas accumulated more than 1,200 passing yards and nearly 1,200 rushing yards, with a total of 34 touchdowns, 15 through the air, 19 on the ground. He added 332 total yards and 3 touchdowns in Kearsley's 38-22 loss to Chelsea. At this time in last year's football season, Finn Hogan was helping Maple City Glen Lake prepare for an appearance at Ford Field in the Division VI championship game. This time, as the finals roll around, the 6'4", 205-pound All-State wide receiver and free safety is preparing for where he'll be next fall. Hogan committed to Central Michigan over the weekend, accepting a preferred walk-on spot the Chippewas offered him at the beginning of December. Hogan had scholarship offers from Northern Michigan, Lawrence Tech, and Northwood, and roster spots from Alma and Olivet, as well as some interest from a handful of other schools. As a senior, Hogan had 35 catches for 744 yards and 7 touchdowns, earning him first-team All-State honors from the Associated Press and the Football Coaches Association. Morgan State's loss is Michigan Tech's gain. After originally committing to the Bears just prior to his senior season, Livonia Churchill wideout and free safety Jimmy Targos reopened his recruiting in December. He was offered by Tech on a pre-Christmas visit and committed to the Huskies this past week. On defense, the 6'4", 202-pound Targos had 52 tackles, 4 for loss, broke up 8 passes, and forced 2 fumbles. He earned all-region second-team All-State and academic All-State honors for the Chargers. Whatever he does the rest of the way as a slot receiver, River Rouge senior Tayshawn Massey Johnson has already cemented his legacy with the Panthers with his toe. The backup kicker for the Panthers nailed a 25-yard field goal in the waning seconds of the Division III Regional Finals matchup against Detroit King, cementing a 33-30 win that allowed the Panthers to continue their state title defense. Less than a week later, he had an offer on the table from Siena Heights, one he took just 2 days to mull over before accepting. Prior to that offer, the 5'8", 160-pound receiver had offers from Peru State, Graceland, and Detroit Community Christian. That's it from Michigan. I'm Lauren Plant. Did you record an unbelievable touchdown, a game-winning goal, or just a proud parent moment? Then we want your clip. Upload your video to the brand new State Champs Network app so we can feature it on one of our shows and give your player, team, and school the recognition they deserve. All it takes is just a few easy clicks, and every clip that is submitted will automatically be eligible for prizes. Download the State Champs Network app today for iPhone and Android devices.
Scott Bernstein from Indiana. Ron Cali sophomore offensive lineman Trevor Locke is trending towards being the number one line prospect in the state's class of 23. Fresh off winning a 4A state championship with his prep club, the 6'5", 270-pound right tackle picked up his first Power 5 offer from Kentucky last week. Locke has excellent footwork and fundamentals. His pancake prowess is still on the rise, heading towards the stratosphere. Arkansas, Mississippi State, Maryland, Rutgers, Iowa, IU, and Purdue are said to be circling with offers ready to put at his doorstep very soon. Another state champion just getting their first of what should be many offers coming down the pike. Indianapolis Cathedral junior linebacker Jeff Utzinger scooped a bid from Eastern Michigan over the weekend. In 2020, Utzinger, a rugged, tough-as-nails competitor who goes sideline to sideline like a crazed animal, recorded 85 tackles and 5 sacks. Cathedral took home a 5A state championship back in November. Utzinger collected 6 tackles and a hurry in Cathedral's 46-28 victory over Zionsville in the state finals. Moving to the basketball court, Indianapolis Pike junior wing guard Ryan Conwell is blossoming into a star this winter. Indiana Wesleyan and Xavier from New Orleans have taken notice. Wesleyan and Xavier came in with offers over the weekend. The 6'3" silky smooth grinder has upped his points per game average by 10 points, going from 8 to 18 a night. He's turned into a true game changer in both the open floor and half-court sets. His shooting is smooth, and he's finishing with authority at the rim. Checking in from Indiana, this was Scott Bernstein.
Hi, I'm Ryan Van Dyke with State Champs. Through faith, through failure, through preparation, through experiences, you will get to where you want to go. 2020 has no doubt been difficult on everyone. I pray that this message hits home, that it's worth sharing on your part. So write it down so you don't forget. I have a lot of perspective from my journey, which has been anything but conventional. So here's my best advice. Remember, it's about process, not outcomes. Do less to impress and more to be involved. It's not about the glitz and the glamour. It's about the rock and the hammer. It's about the love of doing, not for the love of others. The reward is in the journey. And it's so important to surround yourself with people who believe in your mission. So let those words look back at you and you at them. Turn these words into your everyday life until it's crystal clear that you know exactly what you have to do to be successful. I'm Ryan Van Dyke from State Champs.
Thanks, Ryan. Great stuff. For even more recruiting news, check out Scott Bernstein's and Matt Mowry's weekly scout team blogs at statechampsnetwork.com. And for weekly high school sports highlights from Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio, download the free State Champs app and click on State Champs High School Sports Show. I'm Jenna Rose, and I'll see you next week because recruiting never stops. Have a great week.
State Champs Scout Show is proudly presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare.